All right, my fine YouTuber people. I'm walking and just talking, my usual. But I got something to talk about today that happened either the day before yesterday, I think it was, whatever the date on the goddamn title is. Dudes on MMOs, man. When you in almost any kind of multiplayer game, it's always the people on there that would just suck whatever enjoyment you trying to get out of the game. You can't hop on a game and play the game like you want to. Now, I understand there are certain things in certain games. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Especially multiplayer. If you playing, you know, like people playing to win and all this other shit, like Call of Duty and all that. You end up on a team of how many people even play for? Is it 505? I don't know. 606? I don't even remember. But you know, you got 3 people, you know, that hop in on a party, and you got 1 or 2 other people that just doing their own thing. You know, but that's kind of fast paced and shit like that. You know, sometimes they could be hurting your team. Sometimes they could be helping. It depends on what you're doing. But what I'm talking about is how you personally play the fucking game. How you want to do your loadout. How you want to equip your characters. And specifically MMOs. Or role-playing games where there's a legit role. Where like it's actually on the fucking screen, on your character, a role. So like that in Neverwinter, which is like the first big MMO that I was into, you know, as far as playing this shit. And then there's Elder Scrolls Online, which is what I play now currently. Now I was in the dungeon, right? I hopped in the dungeon. I had my Necromancer character, which is probably my weakest character. So I hopped in a random dungeon at that. Random. Damn, dude. A random dungeon. And I'm like, okay, you get in. And anytime I get in a random dungeon and all the names are dark, I'm like, oh shit. These motherfuckers stuck somewhere. You know what I'm saying? When you queue in and you by yourself and ain't nobody jumping around and doing no goofy shit around you, you like, damn. So I had to navigate my way all the way to where the fuck they was. And there was, I think it was Mazeltune or something like that. I don't even try to pronounce them old goofy ass names they be having. But it was one of those top third or bottom third, towards the bottom of the dungeon list. You know, they get goofy once they get down there. Not the easiest things to do. On veteran, I have to say that this was a veteran dungeon. Else, no, none of this shit make no fucking sense. So I know I was going into a veteran dungeon. My character is like level 670 or some shit. Last time I checked, it's higher than that now because it's been a couple of days. I know I done gained a bunch of champion points since then. But I had my Necromancer. I got in, got to where they was. It was, from what I can hear, I'm not going into no race shit. I'm not going into no race shit, so don't be jumping in my ass. I'm just saying what was in the party. It was an old white guy. So there's a white guy, and you could tell race by people's voice. It's an old white guy, and I say old white guy. He was probably about my age, 40 something. 2 younger cats, a Mexican, a Hispanic, and a black guy. So I get in there, they just sitting there, right? So we get in, and the old white guy is explaining to everybody how the shit works. And apparently they've been doing this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Apparently they've been doing it for a minute. So we get in there and I tell them, oh, okay, I've never been in this before, at least not knowingly. You know, I could have been in that dungeon many years ago because I don't play the game like that. But I doubt it. If I've been through that dungeon, it was on normal. It wasn't on veteran. And once you go to veteran, it's not quite the same. So I made sure to have my headphones on. Anytime you go into one of them dungeons on the bottom of that list, you want to have your headphones on if you don't already know what the fuck you doing. So I always make sure to have my headphones on. I got in there, headphones on, my computer was down, TV was down, no noise, no whatever. So if somebody tried to explain some shit to me, I could fucking listen. So we tried it once after they explained about trying to do this, and that, and I was like, all right. You know, people explain shit to you and you be like, okay, and you won't know what the fuck they talking about until it actually happens. You know, especially the way them mechanics work in them damn dungeons veteran dungeons is ridiculous. So I mean, they suck the fun right out the damn game. So he explained what we got to do. We go through the shit. I'm in there hacking and slashing with my, well, not even hacking this. I don't know what the hell I was doing with my necromancer. I was doing whatever I do with my necromancer, and they calling out shit. They calling out there, and they were like, I can't even tell which one is it, which one you got to go, blah blah blah. Because you know sometimes you got to destroy certain shit before you can even damage the boss. So or they got all kind of wipe skills and shit like that that they just kill a whole fucking team at once if you don't do shit in the. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, and it's not fun at all. It's really not. It's one of them dungeons where, you know, usually I would skip it. But it was a veteran dungeon I hadn't done before. Every once in a while, you'll get in there. I live in an industrial area, just because it's a lot of trucks. You know, you'll get in a dungeon and just get carried. You know what I'm saying? You pull your weight as best you can, but, you know, a lot of times, guys be so high level that they can run the dungeon basically with just 2 people. Even the real hard ones. If there's no mechanic that's just gonna, you know, stonewall them. So we tried it. Blap, 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 blaps. You know, we all end up dying, you know, after a while. It wasn't like we just went in there, just fell out, you know. We fought for a while, trying to call out the totems and all kind of shit like that. And couldn't nobody tell which totem was which. So, and the old white guy, the one that knew what to do, he was like, you could tell he was doing some shit with his kid in the background. So he was about ready to, you know, he was explaining to us what to do, and then he was like, well, I gotta go because, you know, real life shit. So I'm just sitting there with the Hispanic and the black guy. I'm just sitting there with the Hispanic and the black guy. I'm a black guy myself, so I'm just giving the dynamics here. Usually, I could have just said 2 younger guys and an older guy. I think that would have been better. So I'm in the thing. We just sitting waiting for them to send somebody else in the group. I think it was a healer we needed or some shit like that. So, you know, you sitting there idle, you just talking, right? And dude asked me what was I running. No. I told him, I was like, okay. We was going over what had to be done. You got to destroy these totems when they pop up. And then a certain shit will happen. Then you got to run to the side, do some shit, then come back and, you know, start back fighting and all the other shit. Anytime you doing some shit like that, I'm like, you know, I was like, you know, shit, my DPS might be kind of low. And I said my DPS might be kind of low. It might be. We don't know for sure. We only went through the thing. We only tried the thing one time, but we didn't know what the fuck we was doing. So I get in, you know, he started to ask me what my class was, and I was like, a necromancer. A necromancer, a mage necromancer. I don't use all them old short ass names. I got a mage-mancer or whatever the fuck. Just say the goddamn name. I got a fucking necromancer with a bunch of magic skills, goddamn it. So, and he was like trying to tell me how to build my class. I was like, no, man. And I have to tell people this all the time. Anytime I get in a party with somebody, anytime I get a party with anybody, they start telling me what to do with my fucking character. It's just irritating as hell. I keep telling people I set my character up with a theme. I don't do that meta shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the meta shit. I set my skills and my character up as a fucking character that has his own, as best as you can customize it, you know, their own little sets of skills and weaknesses and shit that I want that particular character to have. It ain't got nothing to do with the meta of the game. I understand how the meta of the game works. You know what I'm saying? I understand the way that works. You know. So he started trying to tell me how to fix my class and know how to set my class up. And I ain't even told him what the hell I was running yet, right? You gonna try to fix my class, and you ain't even know what the hell my class is. The only thing I told you was that my DPS might be kind of low. And he was like, well, shit, you got a necromancer. You supposed to be the king of AoE DPS. Okay. That might be fine, but if we gotta knock out certain objects in a certain amount of time, you know, get over somewhere to get back, and AoE ain't gonna cut it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Motherfucker treat me like I ain't never played the game before. I had to try to tell this dude. I was like, dude, I was playing this game before it was on Xbox. Well, that's technically a lie. I had the game before it was on Xbox. But I've been playing the game since day one. Just because I'm not max level, don't mean I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. If I didn't know what I was doing, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that my DPS might be kind of low. And I said might. So he started to, you know, well, what's your rotation? Well, fuck, I'm not for the... First of all, he asked me my rotation. I was like, you just run through your little controller. I can't activate none of my skills with the necromancer without a target. For some reason, he didn't understand that. The other dude, the black guy, had to tell the Hispanic dude I was arguing with. Where at that point, it wasn't an argument. It turned into an argument. I was like, I can't activate none of my skills without a target. Well, she said, well, just go through the menu, and I know how to get to my skills in the menu, man. I don't want to sit here and run through my whole goddamn class for you, because I'm not changing my class. I got my character set up like I want my character set up. And he started telling me about the meta of the game. I'm like, I'm not running my character for the meta of the game. I'm running this character because I like what this character does. This character does what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, I'll get caught somewhere where my character can't do shit. I know when to back out of a goddamn dungeon. I had to back out of Bandit Cells 2 because my character just wouldn't go get it. Bandit Cells 2 is not a nice dungeon. I actually went into that now with one of my other characters. I go into Bandit Cells 2. Once you get to the end, bam, you knock them goddamn dangers out. And boom, you done. I couldn't do it with the character I had, and that was the first time I was in that bitch on veteran. But dude started telling me, if you tell people that ain't nobody gonna want to run with you, I don't care what they want. You know what I'm saying? If I get into a veteran dungeon, I've been playing this game since day one. I know when to back out of a dungeon. I know when I'm the weak link. You know what I'm saying? I know when I'm the weak link. But we only ran this particular boss one time. You know what I'm saying? And all I was doing was little AoE shit. Right in the middle of the map where all the enemies was. You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit going on, I couldn't see what the boss was, no way. So he get agitated at me, talking about how you go hop in the dungeon, you ain't contributing. You don't know if I'm contributing or not. You go talk about how hard his character hit. Well, apparently your character don't hit hard enough. You can't get out this dungeon. You was stuck in here before I got here. And I only ran it once. You know what I'm saying? I only ran it once. So, don't be telling me how hard your character hit. It don't hit hard to you to get off this box. I tell you that. You don't hit hard enough for you to get off of that boss with somebody in the party that knows how to get through that. Apparently you don't hit hard enough, pal. So we had a whole spat going back and forth over me telling this dude, you know, that I'm not new to this damn game. Just because I'm like level 670 or 680, because I'm somewhere in between that. You know, champion level at that. Don't mean I'm new, you know, just because I'm not an 810, because I've been in dungeons with a whole bunch of 810s that ain't done shit. Just because you max level don't mean nothing. You know, just because you max level don't mean nothing. Just like him, you stuck in this dungeon just like me and everybody else in this group and whoever was in the group before I got here. Don't come telling me how the hell to play the damn game. You know what I'm saying? I hopped out and they booted me out of there because the Mexican, I keep saying Mexican, the Hispanic guy, he got quiet. Because, you know what I'm saying, once you start trying to tell me what to do with my character, I get agitated. I'm sorry, I do. Once you start pushing it, after I already told you, my characters are run on the theme, bro. My characters are run on the theme. They're not ran by this little meta shit where everybody running the same goddamn thing. Because if you play Elder Scrolls Online, if you actually look through all the skills, if you've done all the little skill research and shit that I've done on YouTube and on the wikis and shit like that, all those skills are the fucking same. There's very slight differences. You look on there and see how many different skills drain 4,000 or 5,000 over 10 seconds. How many different skills in each class do that? You don't pay attention. They damn near all got the same skills. It's very slight differences that don't even really make that much of a goddamn difference. So it really don't even matter what goddamn class you run. It really don't. But like I said, you know, me personally, I got the way I like my characters, and that's the way I run my characters. Don't tell me otherwise, because I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to make a PvP class. I'm not going to do none of that shit. I fucking hate PvP. It's fucking stupid to me. I only run PvP on new characters when I do the random battlegrounds. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I run the random battlegrounds with my goddamn scroll to level up my new players, and that's it. I don't do it. And to get my vigor skill, you know, to heal for my stamina characters. That's it. I run my rotation a certain way. Bam, 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 bam. I got my own button layout. I don't need yours. I don't need what skill you think I need. I got what, 1, 2, 3, 5 skill slots on one bar because I don't like hopping bars unless I'm just swapping skills. No, I got my own shit set out. I got my own shit set out like I like it. Everything I need is on one goddamn bar. I don't need you telling me what to run, what skills to run, no, none of that. Motherfuckers did that shit on Neverwinter too. Except for on Neverwinter, when I was playing that years ago, it didn't matter what the hell you was doing. I had a man, a friend of mine used to run Neverwinter. I was DPS, of course, and he was a healer. A DPS and a healer. And you still get kicked out. You still get kicked out. You get kicked out when doing your job. That's one of the main reasons why I stopped playing fucking Neverwinter. Especially running through those dungeons and shit. I'm like, shit, you get kicked out of here. Why? When you doing the job. I'm like, we wouldn't even have got through this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for us two. And at the end, bloop, bloop, they vote kick us out. That was just their way of trolling shit back then. But this time, I'm stuck in this dungeon with these dudes waiting, and they kicked me out. Because the other dude, the black guy, the other young cat, started talking to me, and you could tell what kind of dude he was. He was just like one of those slow-talking, low-tone dudes. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't fit to get all hype like that, like the Hispanic guy was. He was just like, man, no, we just blah, 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 and that. But I mean, you doing the same thing the Mexican do. Why you gonna come trying to tell me the same shit in a different tone? You trying to tell me what the Mexican was telling me. I'm like, that dude, I'm not new to this game. You know what I'm saying? I hopped out of that dungeon and ran through 2 veteran dungeons just fucking fine with that same character. Just fine. Maybe y'all was the problem. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all was the problem. Because I hopped out of that and ran through 2 dungeons. Quick, fast, and a motherfucking hurry. I ran through 2 dungeons probably just as fast as they had been sitting on that one goddamn boss trying to get past. You know, it's certain shit I just stay the fuck away from on Veteran. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know to stay out of, what's that? What's that, Dark Caverns or some shit? That Dwemer shit? The second one, not the first one, the second one. I know to stay the fuck out of there. I know to stay out of March of Sacrifices. Just stay, I don't give a damn Veteran or normal. I can't get off of nothing. I've been through that once. On normal. Once. Years ago. Years ago. Every time, even now, when I unequivocally know a whole lot more, my skill level is way higher than it was back then. I cannot get off of one boss on March of Sacrifices. You know what? I get on there, I fight the boss once, or whatever we stuck on. If we get once or twice, and I bail. I'm like, I'm out. I can't help y'all. You know, they'll send somebody else in. They got their character boosted up to all hell because I tried that shit. It don't work for me. All my characters are designed to be self-sufficient. You know, I'm not finna put all my points in the fucking one goddamn stat. That seems fucking dumb to me. You know, anytime I watch a build video, they would just throw out everything in the stamina, throw everything in the fucking in the magic. You know, just throw it all in there. No, I'm not gonna do that. I've done it. I'm a 40-20 type of person. You know, I'm not for to run all my guys because you ain't got no health. And if you played any of them games, you can't depend on no fucking healer. You really can't. If you run Veteran majority of the time, you want to get through. You can't depend on a healer. You get on like Moon Hunter Keep or some shit like that, you can't depend on no motherfucking healer. Now, if you got a good healer, you ain't got shit to worry about. You just play the goddamn game. You know? But if you don't, yeah, I don't give a damn how much health you got. You gonna get smashed. And you want me to run with no health? No, I don't. Fuck your mater, bruh. Fuck your mater. I'm a 40-20, and I keep a heal spell, which, you know, for normal characters ain't gonna do much or nothing, unless you just happen to run fucking a Templar or a fucking Warden, where you just totally self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? You can incorporate some of that shit on your battle bar and be just fine. You can heal you, everybody else, and fight at the same time on the same bar. You can do that with the fucking what's his name too. You can do that with the Necromancer too, but my character ain't set up like that because with the Necromancer, there's too much shit that you have to have a corpse for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, I need corpses for that. And a lot of times in the dungeons, all the corpses come when you fucking when you doing mobs and shit. You don't really need no help with that shit. You know, the bosses is what the fuck you need help with. I'm not for to run that shit when I know all the trouble is gonna be with the bosses. That and all that shit ain't gonna ain't gonna help you none, bruh. You need a corpse to drop where there's only one motherfucker up here. And he right there, and he ain't calling in no ass. He whooping ass by himself. All them skills you got don't do you no goddamn good. So there's that. Hey, look at a little car. A little car making a little bit more noise than it probably should. But yeah, that shit triggered me. That shit pissed me off. You know, and then they kicked me, you know, after the black guys tried to talk, then just got booted. I just got booted because at that point I was already like legit mad, you know. And I was the one dude in Moon Hunter Keep trying to tell a motherfucker to calm down because he was pissed off because somebody wasn't doing their job. I'm like, it's a video game, dude. Just calm down. He was like, fuck that, man. I hate this shit. It's a video game, dude. Just calm down. Calm down. Because first of all, I knew we was in a dungeon. We was going to get our ass clapped anyway. which eventually happened on the second to the last boss, Moonhunter Keep. We couldn't get off of that shit. Everybody just kept getting one shot by the fucking by the werewolves and shit, because shoot, they one shot you. What the fuck you gonna do? Boom, you standing 20 feet away and that motherfucker kill you for spanking the ground way the fuck over there. Nothing you can do. I'm like, oh well, we got this far. But I don't know, man. This shit is irritating as hell. You know, the nerd culture, man, is when motherfuckers is too much into that shit. Too much into it. Where you get pissed off at somebody. Well, you try to force your shit on somebody else. If I'm gonna have a shitty character, let me be over here and have a shitty character. If you gonna say that I'm not contributing to the goddamn group, well, we gonna have to do more than one goddamn run for you to prove that. I'm sorry, you gonna have to. As much thought as I put into my shit, as much thought as I put into making my motherfucking characters, you gonna have to prove that. I don't know if I doubt if my numbers is popping up on your screen while we fighting. But mine is. And my regular attacks, at least on that character, is between, what, 15 and 20K each. I ain't talking about skills. My regular attacks is 15 to 20K. You know? I'm like, my heavy attack do more than all your skills, dude. My heavy attack do more fucking damage than your than your two of your skills put together. Easy. I know how the hell I put all my characters like that. All my characters are like that. My main character, man, you know, and they all got the same amount of champion points, but you know, shit. I just downgraded him because I changed his gear to something that fits my theme. You know what I'm saying? Something that fits my theme over what I had that just straight added more damage. I'm fighting with him and I'm still doing fucking 20 to 25K just for a fucking heavy attack. Just for a heavy attack, I'm doing 25K. And that's all I do. I fix all my characters like that. All my characters are set up where I can use a couple skills, but my primary attack is my heavy attack. I ain't got to worry about magicka. I ain't got to worry about stamina. Only thing I got to do is make sure I'm in where I need to be, you know, to stay out of trouble, and just sit back and let them heavy attacks float. Bam, 20K. Bam, 25K. Bam, maybe a 19K every so often. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's just one of them damn things that got me triggered. When people tell me how to run my class, and even then, on my weakest class, my necromancer, I'm still doing 15K at least for every heavy attack. My other skills is just for fucking show. You know, it's just for fucking show. I don't need them. They don't even need to be on my bar. So, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong for getting mad, but like I say, that's just me. Anytime I get irritated. One dude I was playing with, I was helping him level up. We grouped up a couple times. Some little young guy, whatever, started telling me about Isgrimors. I was telling him I was playing with my Warden, and my Warden is an ice character. All my skills got to do something with ice. I run a theme. You know, all my little skills come out of that one little fucking area. And destruction staff with maybe one or two other things sprinkled in there just to fill space. And he come hit me up with the Isgrimor kid. He was like, man, I'll give you this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it really help your character. I'm like, dude, my gear gives me 7K just for an attack, a regular ass normal ass attack. Why would I take your shit that's just gonna give me 280 points on my weapon damage when I got a skill that gives me fucking damn near 8,000 just for a regular ass attack? You know, just, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. I be trying to tell them that. I'm like, no, but it's good. No, you don't. And then they tell me this shit, because I use Night Slayer. Night Slayer is what I use. does the oblivion damage and blah, 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 and all that other stuff. And it's like, I'm like, I just ran across it one day. Everybody sells it. I don't know who run it. I can't tell what the fuck people run it. But I run the Night Slayer, jewelry and weapons. So it's 5. I run 5. I run 2 sets and a monster. 2 sets and a monster. My armor set is always some kind of theme. I used to do it 2 theme sets until I got to the fucking I found out about that Night Slayer. Then dude told me, he was like, man, that Night Slayer, that only he said it only works for fucking players or some shit. I'm like, nope. It works on everything. I can understand where you, I mean, it might supposed to work like that, but no. Them big ass numbers pop up on bosses too, bro. And them bosses die. So you might want to look into it. You might want to look into it. But everybody start running it. I'm going, because I don't know if it works on PvP, because I don't play PvP. Get my ass clapped on PvP. Because I don't like PvP. PvP sucks. If I want PvP, I play Call of Duty. So yeah, that was just something that happened that pissed me the fuck off and triggered me. Now I'm gonna go in the house. It's hot as fuck out here now, and probably play me some more. Yeah, so I'm leveling up a character right now, so I probably ain't gonna have to worry about that shit for a good while unless I switch over to another character, which I'm probably gonna have to do at some point today. Run me a couple dungeons and hopefully stay out of the top end dungeons. You don't get that shit low end dungeons. Top end dungeons, you get that nerd shit. You don't even get it. You don't even get that white gold tower. You don't. Because white gold tower ain't got them stupid ass mechanics in it. So today's goal is avoid mechanics. Damn bugs. I gotta cut my yard. Look at that shit. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. That's my vlog for today.